Hamilton bonus day is back. You've been liking, you've been subscribing, so we're going to keep right on rolling through to the end of Act 1 of Hamilton. And on that note, friends, the 100K challenge still in the books. We get to 100K by the end of Hamilton. I'm cosplaying, I'm singing the song you pick from Hamilton. Welcome back, friends, and a special welcome to all the new friends out there. I'm YoBGS. Admittedly, I'm still reeling. Lauren's Lament, left off the track list, caught me by surprise. So today, I have no idea what's in store for the longest song in Hamilton, and that is Nonstop. Now, I do know this, as we get into Act 2, some characters gonna be changing roles, right? Hercules Mulligan gonna become James Madison, Lawrence, Philip Hamilton, and then Daveed Diggs, who played Lafayette, he's gonna be turning into Thomas Jefferson. Now that doesn't happen yet. Right now, we are at the end here of Lauren's Lament. And I actually backed it up a little bit because there's one important thing I wanted to get into right at the beginning of this.
Are you all right?
I have so much work to do.
That is what I wanted to point out, where he says I have so much work to do, because I've known people who've grieved, and I mentioned this in some of the comments where we were talking about Dear Theodosia being a note written to, obviously, Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton's kids, and I lost my mom fairly young, so I think I had a little bit different perspective on that song relative to some of you who were like, it's not really a sad song, and I was like, it depends on your perspective, and this reminds me of that as well, because I have so much work to do. Hamilton, who has lost Lawrence, is now just going to work. He's putting all of the personal stuff out of his mind, it seems, and work, America, is going to be preoccupying him now.
After the war, I went back to New York.
After the war, I went back to New York.
I finished up my studies and I practiced law.
I practiced law. Burr worked next door.
Even though we started at the very same time, Alexander Hamilton began to climb. How to account for his rise to the top?
I mean, he probably outworked you, if I'm being completely honest, because Hamilton, again, being at home, being alone, being with those thoughts, that is going to drive Hamilton up the freaking wall. And meanwhile, Burr, I don't know, I would argue Burr's home life is a little bit different, right? Burr didn't lose his lover in the war, allegedly. Oh, by the way, because I didn't give you the spiel, if you like these videos, please make sure to subscribe. It is the easiest way to get these videos out to more people and assure that the next ones come even quicker. So let's see if I'm right here.
Man, the man is nonstop.
Gentlemen of the jury, I'm curious, bear with me. Are you aware that we're making history? This is the first murder trial of our brand new nation, the liberty behind deliberation. I intend to prove...
How are you the first person on trial for murder in a new country, right? That's one of those, like, this is why we can't have nice things. We just started a new country, somebody almost immediately on trial for murder. And imagine being the lawyer going up against a young Alexander Hamilton in one of his first trials. I feel like that would have been like the kind of person who ended up in a pro wrestling match against Abraham Lincoln. He was a pro wrestler, by the way. Like, it makes for an amazing story for your descendants to tell, but you had no idea in the moment.
Beyond the shadow of a doubt with my assistant counsel.
Co-counsel Hamilton, sit down. A client Levy Weeks is innocent. Call your first witness. That was all you had.
Okay, first of all, we got the dudes again. For some reason, undershirts had not been invented in the 1700s, and I'm rewinding a little bit because I want to throw the subtitles on again. We forgot to do that, and they're picking up speed. The two of them are getting after it, and I want to make sure I don't miss any of this. Also, leave a comment down below if you know anything about, somebody mentioned a character called the Bullet, and I'm really interested, I'm really fascinated by this, and I think I'm going to go back and take a look after we finish this at the Bullet, although I don't know much about them.
Man is nonstop.
Gentlemen of the jury, I'm curious, bear with me. Are you aware that we're making history? This is the first murder trial of our brand new nation, the liberty behind deliberation. I intend to prove beyond the shadow of a doubt with my assistant counsel.
Co-counsel.
And then, yeah, pointing out the rivalry as things continue moving, and I guess it's good, right? That this would be a test of, at this point, would it be the Articles of Confederation? Right? It wouldn't, because the Constitution wasn't a thing at this point, but trying their new system is going to be the best way to essentially work out the kinks.
Hamilton, sit down. A client levy weeks is innocent. Call your first witness. That was all you had to say.
Okay, one more thing.
Why do you assume you're the smartest in the room? Why do you assume you're the smartest in the room?
Because he
Why
is.
do you assume you're the smartest in the room?
Oh, wait, no. I missed that. Soon that attitude may be your doom. See, I think the thing is, we would be assuming here that he's talking to Hamilton, but I think he might be talking to himself, right? That whole talk less, smile more thing. You think that he's calling out Hamilton for being a smarty pants, but really, he's like, I need to speak up more. I need to take my shot more instead of letting Hamilton be the one to do everything.
Witness, that was all you had to say.
Okay, one more thing.
Why do you assume you're the smartest in the room? Why do you assume you're the smartest?
I like this like bridge here too.
You're the smartest in the room. Soon that attitude may be your doom. Why do you write like you're running out of time? Write day and night like you're running out of time. Every day you fight like you're running out of time.
There's something to that, you know, the feeling that every day could be your last kind of a vibe. That feeling that, well, and honestly, he's seen it firsthand, right? From, you know, getting to a point where he thought he'd achieved his dreams and then losing someone very important to him. He's not gonna slow down.
On fighting in the meantime.
Corruption's such an old song that we can sing along in harmony. And nowhere is it stronger than in Albany. Its colonies, economies increasingly stalling. And honestly, that's why public service seems to be calling me.
I mean, really, like, I was gonna try and talk about like Albany, because I assume he's talking about New York at that point, but then I was just floored by the wordplay in this. Like, again, he's using the good words, taking the words out of my mouth, and then I just sit here pausing like with my jaw open.
Corruption's such an old song that we can sing along in harmony. And nowhere is it stronger than in Albany.
It's still around.
Colonies, economies increasingly stalling. And honestly, that's why public service seems to be calling me. I practiced the law, practically perfected it. I've seen injustice in the world.
What was that little tail move? What is this little... Right? You cannot twerk with tails, my friend. You can't. I went backwards again, too many.
Stronger than in Albany. Its colonies, economies increasingly stalling. And honestly, that's why public service seems to be calling me. I practiced the law, practically perfected it.
Oh my goodness, the flourish. What the heck?
Justice in the world, and I've corrected it. Now for a strong central democracy. If not, then I'll be Socrates throwing verbal rocks at these mediocrities.
Hamilton at the Constitutional Convention.
Okay, all right, I got it now. Because this was another thing y'all had pointed out to me, that this, we're going to cover a lot of ground really quickly. Skylar's sister, interesting. And then I can't tell who else is up there. Is that Lafayette maybe? But he would be back in France. But again, boom, he's a lawyer. Boom, Constitutional Convention. We're moving, pack your bags.
For the Constitutional Convention.
There is a New York junior delegate.
Now what I'm gonna say may sound indelicate.
Goes and proposes his own form of government. His own plan for a new form of government.
Good. See, there's a reason he's at the middle of the stage and we're singing about him and you're off to the side also talking about him. And it's not because you were speaking up about your ideas.
Talks for 6 hours. The convention is listless.
Right, young man. Yo, who the F is this?
Why do you always say what you believe? Why do you always say what you believe? Every proclamation guarantees
Staying rock, I don't know why I was about to call him the Rock. Staying the Rock's right-hand man. Yes, no, staying Washington's right-hand man throughout all of it.
Why do you always say what you believe? Why do you always
At this point, why was he not the first vice president? I'm starting to wonder that.
say what you believe? Every proclamation guarantees free ammunition for your enemies. Why do you write like it's going out of style? Write day and night like it's going
I love this. Dude, this is so good.
going out of style.
Also, there's a good point there, too, about every proclamation is more ammo for your enemies. They say in debates, the first person to openly state what their position is loses. And that's what Burr is codifying here. But again, it's almost like Burr is too smart for the room, right? He knows having an opinion can lead to people attacking it, so he just doesn't have the opinion.
Alexander,
Aaron Burr, sir.
well, it's the middle of the night.
Can we confer, sir?
Is this a legal matter?
Yes, and it's important to me.
What do you need?
Burr, you're a better lawyer than me.
Okay.
I know
should
I talk
speak
too
up.
much. I'm abrasive. You're incredible in court. You're succinct, persuasive. My client needs a strong defense. You're the solution.
Who's your client?
The new U.S. Constitution.
Hamilton is one of those guys where we all have this in our life, I feel. The one person that when they come to you, you have no idea what the next words are going to be out of their mouth. And Burr is clearly feeling that way here towards Hamilton. He has no idea what to expect. And yeah, now he's like, okay, Burr, I need you to defend this entire government I've put together.
Okay.
I know I talk too much. I'm abrasive. You're incredible in court. You're succinct, persuasive. My client needs a strong defense. You're the solution.
Who's your client?
The new U.S. Constitution.
No.
Hear me out.
No way.
A series of essays anonymously published defending the document to the public.
No one will read it.
I disagree.
And if it fails?
Burr, that's why...
The propagandizing in the 1700s, which would make sense, right? Thomas Paine, common sense. I suppose you could consider that a form of propagandizing as well. So now Burr gonna write a series of essays about why the Constitution is amazing? Good to know you never get out of social studies.
we need it.
Constitution's a mess.
So it needs amendments.
It's full of contradictions.
So is independence. We have to start somewhere.
No. No way.
You're making a mistake.
Good night.
Hey, what are you waiting for? What do you stall for?
What?
We won the war. What was it all for? Do you support this Constitution?
Of course.
Then defend it.
And what if you're backing the wrong horse?
Burr, we studied and we fought and we killed for the notion of a nation we now get to build. For once in your life, take a stand with pride.
Thank you! This part I'm pausing just because I don't want the mouse to block my video again. But, I also love this line too, the what if you're backing the wrong horse. Another problem, so, even in 2022, is so relatable because you gotta pick a direction at some point, and when you do, it means that all the other stuff you could have done goes out the window.
Defend it.
And what if you're
So
backing
when does
the
he
wrong
choose a
horse?
side?
Burr, we studied and we fought and we killed for the notion of a nation we now get to build. For once in your life, take a stand with pride. I don't understand how you stand to the side.
I'll keep all my plans close to my chest.
And then we won't use any of them.
I'll wait here and see which way the wind will blow. I'm taking my time watching the afterbirth of a nation, watching the tension grow.
Leslie Odom just crushes, by the way. Throwing that in there. And we're getting these references to a lot of the earlier songs, too. I didn't want to throw that out of the way. You know, Aaron Burr, Wait For It. Bringing together everything from the first act, like, really nicely, too.
I am sailing off to London. I am accompanied by someone who always pays. I have found a
Heck,
loving
yeah.
husband who will keep me in comfort for all my days.
That's the goal.
He's not a lot of fun, but there's no one who can match you for turn of phrase.
Okay, now she's sounding like my ex-wife.
My Alexander,
Angelica.
don't forget to ride. Look at where you are. Look at where you started. The fact that you're alive is a miracle. Just stay alive, that would be enough.
Ooh, I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. And I'm going back again. I know people tell me smile more. I'm smiling more now. Is this the bullet? He wonders. Is this the bullet? He wonders. But I love that she is looking off into the distance and he happens to rotate into frame. Again, maybe I'm reading too much into that, but it feels like the nature of their relationship at this point. Like he's distant, she's living, and their paths just happen to intersect. Honestly, somebody pointed out that they had, 8 kids? 6 kids? So I guess they couldn't have been that distant.
Where you are. Look at where you started. The fact that you're alive is a miracle. Just stay alive, that would be enough. And if your wife could share a fraction of your time, if I could grant you peace of mind,
She's trying, man.
would that be enough?
Alexander joins forces with James Madison and John Jay to write a series of essays defending the new United States Constitution entitled The Federalist Papers.
Oh, duh. I know those. I know these things. All my history teachers just facepalm every time I drop the ball on a super obvious reference.
The plan was to write a total of 25 essays, the work divided evenly among the three men.
Nope.
In the end, they wrote 85 essays in the span of 6
Hamilton
months.
probably wrote 75.
John Jay got sick after writing 5. James Madison wrote 29. Hamilton wrote the other 51. How
Woo! Is he mad? Is he happy? What emotions? He's so conflicted right here, right? Also, John Jay, I think, ended up joining the Supreme Court. Madison, not to be discounted, Madison doing a lot of work, just not talked about much in the play. But then Hamilton, the man does not sleep, the man does not eat, the man raps. It's like Kanye, right? 5 beats a day for 3 summers, except this was 51 essays in like 2 months.
write a total of 25 essays, the work divided evenly among the three men. In the end, they wrote 85 essays in the span of 6 months.
Okay, so that would have been 85 essays would be 28 apiece, roughly.
John Jay got sick after writing 5. James Madison wrote 29. Hamilton wrote the other 51.
Woo! Again, I'm gonna get back into this in a second, but I want to point out, Hamilton is both the person you love and hate in a group project. Madison wrote 29. He did his third of the work. But then Hamilton goes above and beyond, exceeds it, and then it makes it look like Madison didn't do anything.
Do you write like you're running out of time? Write day and night like you're running out of time. Every day you fight like you're running out of time. You're running out of time, like you're running out of time. How do you write like tomorrow won't arrive? How do you write
Oh, give it to the chorus.
How do you write every second you're alive? Every second you're alive. Every second you're alive. They're asking me to lead. I'm doing the best I can to get the people that I need.
And then we get the Chris Jackson action in here. But is this where he turns down and everything comes to him in the form of letters, it would seem. And it's impossible to read his face.
You're alive, every second you're alive. They're asking me to lead. I'm doing the best I can to get the people that I need.
They're kind of demanding he
I'm
leaves.
asking you to be my right hand. Man, I know it's a lot to ask.
Treasury or
To leave behind the world you know.
Sir, do you want me to run the Treasury or State Department?
Both.
Treasury.
Let's go.
Why?
Alexander.
I may need someone to explain that to me. I appreciate, again, right-hand man. We got that going for us, but why did he seem so perturbed in the moment?
I have to leave.
Alexander.
Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now.
Helpless.
They are asking me to leave.
Look around. Isn't this
We're gonna hit every song, aren't we?
satisfied? People never be satisfied. Satisfied.
History has
And what I love is all of these songs have enough common threads that oh, that was Burr back there earlier. Okay, but I love that all these songs have enough commonalities in like their melodies that they can be puzzled together like this into such a big crescendo, which is coming.
People never be satisfied. Satisfied.
History has
I'm sorry, we're coming up on the crescendo, and I know this is making people mad, but this look on his face, because remember, at the beginning of the play, didn't know a single sausage of these people. He's built this entire series of relationships out of thin air, built a country out of essentially nothing, and now everything is like swirling right around him, and I can't tell if he's surprised, proud, a little bit of indigestion, I don't know. guesses in chat. Is he throwing away his shot? Sorry.
Alexander Hamilton, just you. I am not throwing away my shot.
Woo! Oh, there are two kinds of people right now. People that are cheering and people that are dead, my friends. We will now have a brief intermission while folks step out of the room and attempt to no longer throw away their shot. If you believe that you have left your shot in the lobby, please return to Lost and Found, where you may pick it up. I guarantee you have purchased the entire chair, but you are only going to need the edge for Act 2 of Alexander Hamilton. Okay, we're not going to cover all of intermission. I feel like it's probably fairly predictable. Okay, this is the part where I look over, see how long the video is, and then pull up my collar because I talked a lot. But, good lord. Again, touched on every single song from Act 1, hit on all the themes, everything that's going on, and everything that is still to be resolved in the rest of this. And my God, it's been a wild journey for me, and I'm just watching it with you. You know what I mean? And again, this would be nothing, this series, if it weren't for you. All the support I've been getting, all the love, and I'm loving every minute of this. Every song that we do is just jumping out at me. So thank you all so much so far for the continued support. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in Act 2. I honestly have no hecking clue. So we're gonna get there sooner rather than later. Take care, as always, my friends, and I will see you in Act 2. Have a good one.